If you find yourself with a camera in your hand and want to learn how to use it, please subscribe to this channel, like the videos, comment below. Hi Photos family, today we're talking about the email lists. When we create the email list, what do we write in the emails? We covered that a little bit, and we talked about a rule that I learned from Russell Brunson. You might not know who he is, and that's perfectly fine. I just mentioned him to give him credit. He has taught me a lot, and he hasn't even met me personally. I haven't met him personally, but there are a lot of individuals you can learn from, including me, without meeting them personally on YouTube. I mean, that's a great place to go and learn, and I have done a lot of that. Believe me, a lot of that. I've bought some books from these people that I'm learning from, and when I see the value that they're giving me on the videos, I go and I buy their books, because then I can listen to what they're doing, saying, and reading the book, and it's all part of changing my bad habits into good habits, and then allowing my good habits to take a turn and improve what I do and how I do it. So the email list that I learned as far as a good rule of thumb for these emails is, when someone has given you their email address, treat it with courtesy and something of value, so that way you don't get an unsubscriber instead of a subscriber. The other thing is, when you write the emails, don't write don't write a book. Don't write an email that does not have an ending in sight. Make sure that you give them something that's fairly quick and easy to read, but it's somewhat entertaining. And really, we find most entertaining is something we remember, but really it's nothing. It's kind of an interesting start to get us interested in reading in the subject line, so that when we start reading, we kind of hear the story. When we hear their story, then at the very end we go, oh, okay, that's kind of interesting, I like that. And now they're offering me, a photo shoot for less than $100. That's crazy. $97, I can get a photo shoot, 3 outfit changes for an hour of their time during my shoot. And who knows how much time they're spending on my photographs, making me look as best as I can afterwards, until I get the email that my emails are ready for download, or the thumb drive is in the mail, whatever the case may be. That the value I receive from that photographer is actually worth nearly $1,000, but I'm paying $97. Holy cow. I mean, that the value in those emails of building a relationship as an attractive character is how Russell says it. Somebody that is attractive in personality or conversation, and just interesting person to talk with and to relate to while they're taking your portrait, right? Something, they draw me out. I get laughing. I'm relaxed around them, talking with them, that, you know, they can converse with me on things that I like talking about, and they're drawing me out, that they're getting a genuine smile, and my eyes aren't wide open trying to stay open so that when the flash goes off I'm not blinking or squinting because the modeling light of their strobe is too bright anyway, and there's lots of these lights around. I'm getting hot and I'm uncomfortable. Part of all of these distractions and things that make for bad photographs, whether it's a portrait or anything else, is the situation has no distraction to get our mind out from the things that we don't like. Now, I'm not saying in the sales process and talking to the person and trying to create an emotional or alternative reality to what really exists. That's not what I'm talking about at all. What we want to do in creating our attractive character and all the experience around the customer satisfaction experience is to be as personable and as creative. And in that regard, the whole idea of those things is to be attractive, that you attract customers to you who are willing and want to pay you your full price and receive that value that you can offer them. That idea within the email is to give them at least 80%, if not 90%, kind of fluff, something of nothing that they can relate to, that they find attractive or interesting. But then the 10% is to give them that benefit, that tip of, when they come to the studio, obviously they're going to bring a drink and they're going to have that kind of comfort. They're going to make sure that they have had a drink. You can provide them a drink, but without getting into the details of like, make sure you go to the restroom before you come in for the session or anything like that, give them some additional value of how to pose and figure out what side they like looking at of their face best. So that way, when you come into the session and you start asking them some of these questions, they go, oh yeah, I like these poses, or I don't like my double chin, or my hair's never the right way. Now you know how to give them value and offer a solution so that their photographs come out the best possible way, because now they've identified something that they want addressed and you can provide them that solution. Remember, 90% story, basically 90% something, as Russell says, of nothing, and 10% value of how they can change, grow, or help you figure out what to change and be of value, of benefit. The point is give them an offer. It doesn't even have to be a discounted offer. Just give them something to do, such as call you to schedule a photo session appointment for $97. Make sure that the one thing that they do is clear and is not confused or distracted with something else. Give them one clear call to do something and end your email. Thank them for their time of reading the email. Don't hesitate to give more emails, 10, 15, 20 emails to a subscriber list to see the conversion from 0 to 1 or more. Be willing to give some time into that subscriber list and building that list from tier number 1 to tier number 2, or just inquirers to tier number 1. So be sure to build those emails out. You could even give yourself a template, a framework like we were talking about, in how to shoot a photograph, of figuring out what your ISO is, your shutter speed, your aperture, and then how that's composed and how those fit into the other aspects of the framework, giving detail each step of the way, from figuring out your settings in the first third to how that looks in the middle third, and then even giving yourself a sketch. But that gives you an idea of how you want to set up your own email lists and the subjects that are catchy, and giving yourself 3 or 4 lines of setting up your story, a couple of lines of how you figured out the solution to your problem, and how that is something that you're suggesting they can help their photo session to come, and then give them that call to give you a phone call or set up the photo session one way or the other. That's really a solid template that you can use to create your emails and get those sent out, and then continue building those that have booked a session to go into your next tier value of whatever you have in your 5 or 7 products, even if it's small as 3. But thank you so much for watching. We sincerely value each of you watching these things, and the subscription you have to our channel, we value it. Thank you so much. If you're not yet a subscriber, we would encourage you to do so and turn the notification bell on. And the content of this video has added something to you or caused you to think about something, we would love to hear about it down below. Give us a thumbs up so that other people can see the value of this video as well. Thank you so much. God bless.